Hello and welcome back, and look where we are. We're heading to the Kenai Peninsula. This is our old stomping grounds. We used to live in Palmer and we would come down here all the time. This place is beautiful. We're gonna take you along, so come on.
Hello and welcome back. If it's your first time here, I'm Scott.
And I'm Allison.
And we're
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.
We're full-time RVers. We do destination videos, tips and tricks, and all things RV. If that sounds like something you'd like, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and come along on our journeys. Well guys, as you can see behind us, the views never stop here in Alaska. This is one of several pullouts that we've been over already since we got onto the Kenai Peninsula, and we're only maybe 10 miles in. The views here are outstanding and amazing.
Yes, they are. Oh, we just can't show you it all. I just love to leave the camera on and just watch it repeatedly when we leave. This is just before the turnout to Homer to the right, or keep going straight to go to Seward. And there's a little town nearby called Hope, but we're going to take the turn to Seward and we're going to show you a really cute little town coming up. We just took the bikes out for a loop around the campground, checked out all the campsites, and now we're going to walk down to the boardwalk. Last time we walked down here, we saw a little tiny white, I think it was a mink, and there's lots of fishermen down here today. The guy at the ranger station where we paid said that there's a 50% chance of seeing a bear down here in the evening. He said every evening he goes down there with his dog. It's like a 50% chance. So we're going to go check that out. Maybe we'll bring you a bear.
stayed here at the Russian River Campground last night, guys. We're right across here from the Russian River. It's got a nice walkway and a path. We went down and saw people fishing yesterday. Hopefully you've seen some of the footage of the river and everything by now. But right now we're going to take a look at the site. The first thing I'd like to say about them is they are very spread apart, very wide. So it's hard to even see your neighbor when you're in your own campsite. Each one has a bear box for food and coolers and things like that, because there are bear in this area, especially now that the salmon have started to run up the river. That attracts more bears, if you didn't know. They also have pit toilets here. They have dumpsters here. They have a dump station, and they also have potable water. All of the sites, as far as I know, are dry camping sites. There are no hookups at all at the sites, but that's okay. We're set up for that anyhow. So let's take a look. Here's the front, and you can see, maybe you can see there's a couple of Lego blocks underneath the front of the truck. So it was sloped in front just a little bit. With our truck, it would be more and more the longer of a RV that you had there. We brought Starlink out, as you can see, as always. It was partially obstructed, but it worked just fine, no problems at all, guys. It is paved, the pad is paved. We did a bike ride around the whole park last night, and it is a really nice park, guys. It's well kept, and I have no issues with the park whatsoever. Look at the size of this picnic table. This thing is put together with 6x6s and 4x6s. I don't imagine one person could move that very easily at all. Gigantic picnic table there. There's the fire ring there. We actually used it. I went and scrounged around and got some firewood, and we used the fire ring last night. There's the bear box I was telling you about. We actually used it to chain our bikes off to as well, so that was pretty cool. Our site has a pretty decent view over there. You can see the mountain or the hills there, snow-capped. Hopefully you can see them through that direction as well. And if you look right here, all of this clover that we had in our yard was full of bees yesterday. I see a few in it now, but man, yesterday when the sun was out and it was a little warmer than it is now, the bees really came out and went to town here. I really liked this site just because it feels so remote, you know, and so out of the way. There's the view towards the front of the truck, another big huge peak there with lots of stuff to watch and look at with the binos and all that good stuff if you wanted to. So nothing really to report as far as the services here at the site, because like I said, they didn't have any. But if you get a chance, the Russian River is a great place to come. I would say stick with a little bit smaller RVs. The roadways in here are pretty narrow. So I would say probably 25 feet or less would be probably your best bet to get in here. There are some bigger in here, but you know, it's completely up to you. Obviously, I wouldn't think you could get in here very easily without putting some branches down the side or something at least, you know. Not big, huge branches and not giant issues, but it's a little bit tighter than some would say be able to get through. They are one-way roads, and so this is you know, a little bit wider of an area. So just to kind of give you a bit of an idea, the truck with the camper on it fits down this road pretty decently, but there's some tight turns with the branches sticking over. I would just be very careful. But this campground was an awesome stay, and if we come back, we will almost definitely do it again. Here is our site here in Soldotna at Centennial Campground. We used to come down here in 9, 10, and 11 when we lived here in Alaska and do a lot of our fishing. As you can see right here, we are right off of, that's the Kenai River, world famous Kenai River right there, guys. They've got plenty of boardwalk here and paths that go up and down the river, so you can get in and do all your fishing that you want to do and just have a good time. As far as the site goes, there are no amenities as far as power, water, or dump goes, but there are both water and dump stations here at the campground itself. There are picnic tables and fire rings, and you are limited to the fire rings to make any kind of fire. We didn't have much trouble as far as leveling goes. We put a couple of Legos under each of our jacks as usual, and it went up level, no problem whatsoever. There are tons and tons of people here, as you might expect, because fishing season has started here in Alaska, and the park is pretty full. There are a lot of sites here. I don't know the numbers. If I can find that, I will put them in here. But most of them, as I say, are full. We didn't have a problem getting in and getting a site though, so there are still spots available. Finding them could be the hard part, I guess. Since we've been here about 4 days now, and we have had mostly rain. We are in mid-July, so that is to be expected. Coming up here in August, they say, is the rainiest season up here for Alaska. But we've apparently got it a little early because, as I say, we've had plenty of rain. Well, one of the amenities we talked about was boat launches, and right over here is their boat launch. There's actually two here, I guess, and you can see, hopefully, over there is somebody there, a guide service, and they're cleaning their fish for the day. So that's pretty cool. And then behind us over here, you can see some people fishing, and there's also a big platform for handicap access. So if you're in a wheelchair, you can wheel up onto there and still have a place to fish. And we've actually seen people catching fish here. There's not too many fishing right now, but we're going to take a look, and hopefully we'll see somebody catching something.
When we were here on the weekend, it was like shoulder to shoulder almost, and but now it is a rainy Tuesday afternoon, so it's not as crowded as it was over the weekend.
Well, if you have never been fishing up here for reds in the Kenai River or in Alaska in general, when they are running, when the reds are running, which means they're going upstream, they're not interested in eating. So if you see the way these guys are doing their fishing, they just flip the line out a little ways and then wait for it to go down a little bit and then pull the line back in. Basically what's happening is you're kind of snagging, but they don't allow you to keep them unless you catch them in the mouth. So you're actually real lucky if you get one, because that line has to go through the mouth and then you have to be able to pull the fish in after you catch it or hook it in the mouth. As I said, there's not too many out here. I've seen it where they're a lot closer together. There'd be like 1 or 2 more people in between each one of these guys that are out here already fishing. And back when I was doing it out here, they called it combat fishing. I'm not sure if that's what they still call it or not, but hopefully we'll be able to see somebody actually catch one here shortly.
Stand by the fire, your tiny hand in mine. You're 5 feet off the ground. You rest on my shoulder. The stars convey the light, so fragile in the night. In this moment, in this moment, forever be, forever be. In this moment, in this moment, forever be.